The 7 states that get their water from the Colorado River cannot agree on how to divvy it up fairly. So now the Trump administration could decide which states get what water. Our Mark Salinger is hearing worries from people who work to protect that river.
The future of the Colorado River is as uncertain as it's ever been.
The river is shrinking. Climate change, rising temperatures, less snowpack.
Andy Mueller is the general manager of the Colorado River District, which works to protect and conserve the water on the western slope. The rules that govern water use on the river expire in September.
The states have not met that agreement, have not been able to come to agreement, and have actually blown past 2 major deadlines, which puts the decision-making process back in the hands of the Secretary of Interior.
The Bureau of Reclamation released several proposals for Colorado River management. Andy says they all fall short of what's needed as this part of the country faces a new reality with less water.
I would say that we are very concerned about the Bureau of Reclamation not understanding the likely future hydrology that we're facing. It's a really critical place right now.
The supply of water is shrinking while the demand is increasing. Critical reservoirs like Lake Mead and Lake Powell are already low. Andy calls it a basic math problem, but not everyone agrees on the answer. That could lead the Trump administration to decide the rules themselves, which inevitably would lead to years of lawsuits.
I think the states and the water users in the states understand this river better than our Secretary of Interior, who's based in Washington, D.C.
Andy says the solution lies in the lower basin states like Arizona, California, Nevada, cutting water use and accounting for massive amounts of water that evaporates down the river.
Against all odds, I'm pretty optimistic that we will find a solution to move forward.
Colorado's unusually dry winter is having an impact on the river because the reservoir levels are already so low. Andy says even one year like this can have a huge impact. The snowpack that usually fills those reservoirs, Kyle, is so low this year.
What is the next step in this process? I know we've been following for years, and it just seems stalled.
So the rules expire in September. By mid-summer or so, July, you'll start to see if the 7 states haven't come up with a plan to address it on their own. You'll start to see the Department of Interior say, okay, what are we going to do? And then you start potentially seeing everything come to a head there.
All right, Mark Salinger, thank you.